Good afternoon to all my viewers. Thank you for your comments. I may sound bitey in them. Please forgive me. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I respect everybody's perspective and, position, because we're all entitled to our own perceptions and positions. What I wanted to say to my fellow American citizens this afternoon, through much evidence and information throughout my days, with the restrictions in Massachusetts. So Trump is going to try to now sue states. That is true information. He's breaking the Constitution, and luckily, hopefully, our Congress will hold to that. But I'm not saying anything. I wouldn't hold my breath, America, so I'm sending out a special thank you to my governor, Charlie Baker. Thank you for holding true to your core principles of leadership. Restrictions to save lives. That's not a bad slogan. And I thank you for that. Because my wife is an essential employee, and you guys should be pushing Papagenos, and I'm going to say this in my video. You guys should be trying to provide your staff with masks, not having them make shitty, flimsy fucking masks. That's fucked up. Start paying for them. I wanted to say this in my video from the safety of my wife and her coworkers. I respect all of them. We're pretty tight. They like my little one. They all have little ones, and that's not fucking fair. And somebody should say something about that up there in the fucking White House. Get off his fat fucking hemorrhoid-ridden ass and push these companies to buy masks for their employees. I wasn't too happy about that. Third Eye's not going to keep his mouth shut. That's not right. That's violating principles. You want us to work, and you help protect us. If you don't protect us, we make noise about it. That's how the new world should be. Anyway, motherfuckers, I really wanted to say to my fellow citizens, I really hope this changes everybody's perspective. Even if we don't go to rioting, we don't stop the resistance, the violence doesn't come down to conscious revolutionary tunnel yet. This should teach us a lesson. Teach us a lesson, and we're not all protected from tyranny. We're all susceptible to some of the things that this country has forgotten that they are susceptible to. And to hold true to the core principles of freedom. Because when we were put here on this earth thousands, millions of years ago, we were free people. We roamed everywhere. We lived outside. Then we started our civilizations. Unfortunately, the first person to establish such society with legalities was a colonizing psycho. And believe it or not, America, if you go as far back as you can in your American history, I hope people have taken the time in their lockdowns to study American and universal history. Blow your fucking mind. The first person to colonize was a psycho. The first person to colonize was nuts. Killed and raped all the indigenous people. And then decided to build a wall. Many years ago, the first one. The first actual wall, which was usually people. And the people, for miles, would block off this territory. There was originally people standing there before we decided to come up with concrete and pine. Before they started cutting down the trees around them, they would mass with swords and shit and spears. And the first people to stand on that, where Trump is building that wall, was the indigenous peoples, which Trump will never admit. We should be going by the core principles of our indigenous peoples, not the European peoples. And I'm not saying that as a racist thing. I'm not saying that to cause any drama, but nobody's brought this up. So let's bring it up. Maybe we should introduce some new laws and regulations from the indigenous peoples, our Native American tribes. War when sovereignty is going to be compromised on the land. Certain situations and certain events we gather as one. Make peace with people. Live in peace and prosperity. Change the ideal of capitalism. It's not going anywhere. Even Robert Kiyosaki is saying our money's going to be worth nothing in 3 weeks. He's a smart dude. The guy that wrote the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. I looked into his history. He may be a fucking millionaire, and a lot of people think he's fucking stupid for being a millionaire, which is really retarded because he earned the money. If you look at his history, he did work for it. But what he did was, that's the principle of America. If you want to learn that knowledge, America, to be on the other side of the tax-free society, you would have to pay thousands. You would have to give up a lot of your time and a lot of your shit to possibly become a failure. So only certain people can do that. Me personally, you guys can tell them by my videos, I'd rather just get enough for my kids. Give them the future. Fuck it. when you're a musician and you have talent, man, you see things differently. And unfortunately, America, to bring it to you, we do need to do something. Even if the resistance fails, we need to stand up for our land. I hope it doesn't. We really do need a revolution. We're gonna die. What I say in all my videos, I think a lot of people are confused. COVID-19 is real. And I've come to find out some people pretty close to my community have died from it. 17. Saw the paperwork, folks. I saw the paperwork. Died from COVID-19. Got to see the mammogram and the x-ray. It's COVID-19, it's vicious. I stood corrected. Somebody came up to my fence, America. Are you third eye? Yeah. Showed me the paperwork. And I promised I wouldn't put them on you because I wanted to respect the family's privacy. Be very careful out there, especially smokers. Hi. That will kill you in about 24 hours. If you have the extreme symptoms. Some people have such a strong immunity, they'll catch it, but they'll only get mild symptoms. But I wanted to encourage the American people, put the mask on, man. It's not this fucking stupid terrorist shit. It is a global dominance. I do believe in the objectives. Don't get me wrong, America. What I'm saying from the medical side, from my sources check out. You will get mild symptoms, and the numbers are rounded up. But in Massachusetts, this shit is killing everyone. 200 people died yesterday. Yeah, so I wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. The sickness is real, but the objectives are even more real. So I asked my medical professionals again, if you guys have evidence, bring it to the table. Look at every source you can to bring this evidence to the table that these objectives are going to be real. But also keep the warning that this shit will kill anyone that smokes, anyone with low immunity, cognitive disabilities, the elderly, it will kill them. But if you are a strong immunity, congratulations, you might be one of the survivors. I happen to be one. I've had a lot of bronchial infections, and believe it or not, America, to be truthfully honest with you, 2 years when I was in the shelter, I had stage 2 pneumonia. Stage 2 bronchitis, excuse me, which is along the pneumonia family. Really rocked my shit. And I believe, through the symptoms of what I did have it at one time. I'm standing here, 28. I was 27 when I caught, 26 when I caught that. So just to give a little personal insight on who's doing these videos. I'm not getting into all that terrorist shit. The terrorists are sitting in Washington. Again, I'll tell you that again. They're sitting right in the White House. Fucking with your lives and fucking killing your family. Because that's what they want to do. Open up the state, wipe out all the low-income areas, bulldoze it down, like I say in every video, and structure up and massive infrastructure for the elite society. I wish, America, you would lean towards, I'm not encouraging you. I'm encouraging you to look at facts and information. And to share that, like on my videos, my comment of Gio, as you can see, commented. He kept it real, blunt right to my face, dropped some information that I did like. So please keep that up. Even if I read it wrong, if I might come back at you guys and snap at you, frustrated or something, I'm not going to be a psycho about it. I'm just going to tell you, hey, this is what I believe, but I respect your perception. This is what this conscious broadcasting is all about. Getting you to spit it out, to see other perceptions. And then these perceptions sit within. And they become part of your being. You become more aware. That's what this is all about, America. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be coming on with a conscious closure like I do every evening. I want to thank you two commentators for your positive criticism. Peace and love.